Hi, my name's Andrew Fragis, and today we're going to go through another flow, but this time, again, a record triggered flow on account. This is going to highlight one of the key features that was brought in during the Winter 21 release, and that is the ability to build a record triggered flow on delete, so both before delete. In particular, we're going to continue the theme looking at account management and how we can incorporate that. Now, as some prerequisites to this flow, you're going to have to build an account, like a generic, I like to call this holding account. Now, this is, we'll get to it in a minute and what the importance of this is and what it does, but I called it a holding account in this instance. You guys can call it anything you want. You also are going to need to create a new custom object, and that custom object is going to be called audits. You can create any fields you want on this custom object, and it all depends on the scenario, what kind of information you want to capture. The reason I've kept it generic and calling it audits rather than account audit is you can then reuse this object to store audit records from other objects that are being deleted, right? So maybe you want in particular accounts and opportunities that are deleted to write to this object. You could have different sets of fields and then show and hide those fields based on record types, for example. So without further ado, let's get into our flow. Our flow is going to be a record triggered flow. As you can see here, the record triggered flow is a record is deleted. So this is triggering when a record is deleted. And in this case, it is triggering when an account is deleted. In the terms of the condition requirements, I don't have any particular conditions. Maybe you just want to put some conditions around it, maybe only customer accounts that are deleted rather than prospect accounts. And you can carry them and keep them and audit them. So that's the easy part. The next part from here is we're going to get the holding accounts ID. So very easy with the get records element. We're going to add a condition on the account object where the name equals that holding account. Now this, like I said before, could be anything you want. Maybe something a bit more generic or a bit not generic, maybe a bit more unique, for example. You can have that there and match to it accordingly. Then we're storing all the fields and we only want the first record returned because there only should be one record returned overall. Once you have that, the next step is to reparent all the related opportunities. Given this is a before delete, not an after delete, then you'll be able to reparent those opportunities before subsequently those opportunities are deleted. Now, as we all know, if you delete the parent or something in Salesforce, the child is also going to get deleted. So if you delete an account, the opportunities are going to get deleted. And we want to make sure we keep those. So in this particular scenario, we're going to do an update records, and we're going to do for all the account IDs equaling the record dash account ID. And this record dash account ID is the account that's been deleted. So we're going to get all the opportunities that relate to the account being deleted. And we want to do is set the field values of account ID as the account ID we just got from the previous one for the holding account. So far we've gotten the holding account ID. In the process of the account being deleted, we've reparented the opportunities to this holding account ID. And now we want to get a record type ID. And we're getting this record type ID from the audit object. Right, so in particular, this is for the audit object. So I've put conditions. We set the developer name equals account. So what is the record type name is account. And the S object type is equal to audit __ C, because that's a custom object API name. We only want one, the first record was returned because there only should ever be one returned. We want to automatically store all the fields. So once we've got all that, now we can go ahead and create our audit record. So this is going to go and create our audit record. So we're going to create records element here. And this has gone ahead and I've mapped the fields manually. So I use a separate resource and literal values because I'm not mapping every single account field. You guys can choose which fields you want. If you go to map the entire collection set, make sure that you're using an assignment variable to clear the account ID field. So that doesn't match that. Right, so going from here, account number, We've mapped that accordingly. Account type. This is all custom fields on my audit object, and I'll map that across. I've got the name of the account, the object. So in this particular one, it's account. Now, like I said before, you can reuse this object for multiple objects that you're auditing off. Maybe it's an opportunity audit, maybe it's account audit. And that's why I use the different record types as well, so that I can distinguish different fields on my records based on the particular record type it is or particular object we're auditing. So we've gone ahead, we've assigned all of those. And once we're ready to test, we're ready to get it going. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to go into my accounts. I'm going to choose a new account here. So I'm going to go to all accounts, pick one here, and we'll take this one at the top, Edge Communications. And you can see in this one, it has opportunities and it has contacts as well. In this particular scenario, I'm not auditing the contacts. So the contacts just stay as it is, but you can also do that for the contacts. So going on now, we can see there's 4 opportunities. I'm going to go ahead and click delete. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to delete the account. It's going to prompt me and it's going to go ahead and delete the account. Now, how do we know this is run successfully? We go to our audit object now. We just click that little refresh arrow there and we've got it right here. So we've just created the Edge Communications one on the audit one, created today. It's got a date, time on it, and it's got all those fields accordingly. Now, what we can also see in the holding account is all those new opportunities have been reassigned. Right, so you can see all those Edge emergency generator, installation, all of those have been reassigned to you. Now, what sort of benefit does this give us as admins, as other users and everything else, as a business? What benefit does it give us? Well, this allows you to maintain that traceability. So if that delete was an accident, yes, there is the recycle bin, right? But sometimes users do a hard delete. And sometimes users clear the recycle bin's full and it automatically clears. Whatever the case may be, we want to keep an audit of it. So you can go ahead and do that. And then if you make a mistake and it was a mistake, we can go through this, pull it out, and then recreate all those records, reassign the opportunity. I would suggest that maybe we'll do this in a follow-up video, having the remedy to this. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for more videos.